Hello friends, good morning everybody. This is Shamal here. Now it's morning 5 o'clock. Today is 10th January 2022. I am sitting in my MindLab, my office, small office I have in Mumbai where I am sitting. Night I went home around 12:30. That is also morning time if I consider. I had little food, and then after taking little rest for 2 hours, around 4 o'clock, I'm back at office. So one thing, it was like bothering my mind for a long time. Friends, this is a very scientific problem what is being facing by an international research institute, that is Norman Borlaug Research Institute, the headquarters in Texas, and they have a various R&D center in India. In Punjab, Ludhiana, they have PAU, you have Jabalpur and Samastipur. In 3 or 4 places, they have their R&D centers called BISHA. That is the Boardman Institute of South Asia. Their main objective and agenda is to develop different varieties, different resistant, pathogen-free, germ-free varieties, different tolerant, either it is kind of stress, right, the temperature or global warming due to what things are happening, CO2 and other things. They are doing many work, and this is the part of their research work, and they are developing the germplasm. Now the question is here that how they want to have the mass germplasm production with a controlled environment. That is what their objective. They have been searching many research institute, because those kind of research institute who are the scientists who are working, they are very intelligent. I was talking to a group of scientists who are working for a BISHA group, and some scientists, they are staying in Europe, some countries, they are working. There's a collaboration project. Few days I was talking to European scientists who are posted in India and talking about how to develop and design a system for them. And I referred, and when I discussed about a certain system that is called, they want to have those who understand the Renault center, they want to have a different kind of Renault center which is foldable. There are many things. It should be lightweight, and they have their certain design or certain ideas, and I need to formulate them and give a particular shape to make a system for them. So I was working and I was discussing, sending a lot of drawing and everything. Finally, it boils down to a system which is not a Renault shelter, not a greenhouse, not a glass house. It is something else. The objective to be fulfilled, and they have accepted my idea with a video conferencing. There are a group of scientists who came, and through webinar and all those things that is been done. My purpose of telling this is all who are aware about Norman Borlaug is a 1970 Nobel laureate in peace, a person coming from a scientific background. Those who are not familiar with this scientist, he was the father of Green Revolution. globally accepted, and he is from US. Actually originated, his life started from, he was Norwegian and from Norway. He was a refugee, went to US. He has his own struggle in his life, joined army, no money there. He has done many things in his life. He has changed his field from this to that, like forestry to pathology to genetics. There are many things he has done. Is my point of intention of telling you. This gentleman, he has done a fantastic job of developing and changing the shape of the world, bringing new varieties with different technology techniques. He is basically is a multidisciplinary within the biological subject. He has brought physics into biology, then pathology, genetics, understanding all those things. He could develop new varieties. And it's very interesting. Nowadays, in the age of specialization, when we talk about a scientist is designed or kind of thing, a particular subject, by purpose of telling you to do the better science, you need to understand the whole issues, everything. It is a biological system that involves everything. That is what. After his death, there are various research institute in his name, or there's a trust and all those things. It has been operating from headquarters in the US, that is in Texas. So friends, I have resolved this issue. I have given my opinion about the system, what they want to develop. The idea officially or verbally over phone, they have cleared it, and it took me 2 months time to work day and night in understanding what they need and try to give a kind of a realistic solution so that their problem is resolved. I am not getting into what system I have offered, but I have given some idea that in what line. I am only telling this is only whatever I want to tell. I have conveyed in my first few lines. I have told whoever is want to catch my words, probably they can understand, because revealing all those information, it will be a complicated thing. Now, the same Norman Borlaug mentoring Dr. M.S. Swaminathan is one of the greatest scientists, and he has been treated as a father of Indian Green Revolution. Swaminathan's contribution in 1968, 69, 60s, the contribution he has done. Before that, India was going through a lot of food crisis, right? There are starvation. People are dying because of insufficient supply of food. So in humanity, what you need it, there are basic fundamental things. Any country has to survive. His survival is based on the agriculture. I have talked about my previous presentation. It is not the industrialization, it is the agriculture. Because agriculture is the primary source of your food. That is what, it's a basic thing. Our agrarian society, if you think about 14th century, how the agrarian society converted into a kind of a industrial thing that is came into 17th, 18th century, 19th century, things are changed and industry came into the picture and people are attracted towards the industry. You can survive without industry, but you cannot survive without agriculture. That is the baseline. If you go back to the Aryan civilization, it is the same agriculture. Maybe non-scientific way, traditional way people are doing agriculture. because science and technology is not much more existed in that time. People used to have the traditional agriculture. Now, in modern, when science and technology came into the picture, genetics came into the picture, DNA came into the picture, Watson and Crick came into the picture, Darwin before that came into the picture, evolution and all those things came into the picture. The things are much more clearer. Genetic code, I am talking about 1968-69. Haragovindo Khorana also getting Nobel Prize for genetic code. Before that, 1962, 63, 65, Watson and Crick getting Nobel Prize for DNA. Please do understand those things. And Dr. Norman Borlaug also getting Nobel Prize in Peace in 1970. This year, please see that how relevant those information, and those are very kind of a linkage thing you need to see in a different way. Friends, Dr. Swaminathan, after his retirement, he has established Dr. M. A. Swaminathan Research Foundation that is located in Chennai. His work also is very related to Dr. Borman, and because whatever like mentorship or things, because they have worked together, right? Norman Borlaug and Dr. M. A. Swaminathan. The Green Revolution started with a very fundamental thing. Dr. Swaminathan worked for productivity past resistance varieties for wheat specifically. Dr. Norman Borlaug also worked on few varieties, wheat, barley, right? Wheat, barley, rice, disease-free kind of plants for few countries like Pakistan and India. That time it was 1947 done. The Pakistan is separated, India separated, and in those time Bangladesh 71 separated. He worked for Southeast Asia, those countries, and also Mexico. Mexico also got severe problem in food crisis. The food crisis management scientists are the main people who I want to tell you. It is not the politician or political leader. My purpose of telling over here, when you want to develop or you want to have the revolution in any field, I'll talk about revolution in different way, the political revolution, how can system can be changed, what are the parameters of revolution, and what are the countries last 400, 500 years, which are the country actually have done the revolution. Think of American Revolution or French Revolution or Chinese Revolution or Russian Bolshevik movement and all those things, Europeans. Those countries, if you analyze how they have changed the system in a very drastic mass movement way, why in India we could not see the revolution in a very if I think of a revolution in the dictionary terminology, as such there is no revolution. In Green Revolution in the agricultural field, okay, we claim it is the Indian Green Revolution. Swaminathan sir has done something. He has used physics. In biology, physics coming into the picture, the biophysics. So I had opportunity to work on various research institutes, including Dr. Swaminathan and IRI. Dr. Swaminathan sir also worked for IRI. If I am not wrong, he was director for IRI, Indian Agriculture Research Institute, that is located in Pusha. Now the BISA is also located in Samastipur, the old Pusha, which is long back it has been because of fire. So IRI campus switched over to Delhi, that is Pusha. But till that old IRI, Shamastipur IRI in Bihar, it is there. If you really go back the history of Nalanda and all, Bihar is a educational hub, and IRI is the origin of IRI from Pusha, Shamastipur. I want to tell you this much to correlate Nalanda. So later on I'll come back, because I have, if I take a topic, it will be a complicated thing. That's, I gave only the reference of Nalanda. If somebody can sense it, somebody will understand what I'm trying to convey over here. Now my limited point is over here. He is Dr. Swaminathan dedicated his life for developing new varieties, different project he has taken. Even at present day also, he is taking a lot of projects. Obviously, Swaminathan Research Foundation has got plenty scientists. They are working on different domains. And I had many opportunities to meet him once. He wants to do a climate change project 10 years back. I was very young, and I read him with a lot of curiosity. I went and I had a discussion with the director. Then out of curiosity, I told I want to meet Dr. Swaminathan. He told me, why you want to meet Dr. Swaminathan? I told him it's my desire to meet him. He laughed at me and told me he is busy because he is in 80s and he doesn't come to institute often. So he called his PA that whether Swaminathan sir, morning hours he comes to his office, and he asked whether Dr. Swaminathan sir is there or not. PA told he's there. Director, I do not know, with my conversation when I put a kind of eye to eye that I want to meet Dr. Swaminathan. I'm talking about, I was just then, I'm talking about 15 years back. I was just, maybe I was very young that time. So I can understand the director of this institute finally managed a time slot for 10 minutes. So he took me and introduced me to Dr. Swaminathan, and first 30 seconds I didn't able to utter anything in front of him, what to say. So I told sir, because they had a vision to develop a climate change division, then I took my position and told sir, after shaking hand and all, he discussed few things, that those technologies we have and I have developed it, and I gave some reference. Before that, we have developed many systems for many institutes like CSIR, NBRI, the biggest climate change division. This is developed by us, that is, I was the initiator. Then ISBT Palampur, the CSIR Research Institute, the biggest climate change research institute they have, that developed by me. It is like working day and night. 2 years it took to develop at high altitude. Before that, we did it for ICRISAT, International Research Institute. This is one of the big research institute, the entire climate change division. I am only giving 3 reference. I told that these are the experiences we have, and we want to develop a good system for you. And the in charge for this particular scientist also was there. Then we had some chat and all. You won't believe, Dr. Swaminathan, after 10 minutes of discussion, he told that you talk to Dr. Paul and make sure you get a quotation from him and place an order immediately so that work can be started. Initially, I was thinking that he was might be kidding me, that I was not very confident that time, because I have never ever, because I know Indian system, any organization cannot place. Because I am talking about a matter of project close to 60 lakhs rupees. 60 lakhs rupees is close to 55,000. If I take that time conversion, it is close to maybe 1 lakh, 1,10,000 US dollar, because nowadays the dollar price is high. That time it was around $61 is equal to 60 rupees. If I calculate that part, it will be a big amount. I didn't have money any time, or no money, only thing that wisdom I had, my knowledge I had, the confidence I had. The point what I want to make over here is, finally, if there is a will, there is a way out. You won't believe that Swaminathan Research Foundation, being as a organization, it is funded by various research institute, various funding agencies. It's a kind of a non-profitable organization working for science and technologies, those work. So the tendering methodology, they might not adapt, but the way Dr. Swaminathan has responded, and the scientist was forced, and she took my quotation. Very next day I gave him quotation. I went to hotel, and because we usually carry your own laptop and making quotation, giving it to them. You won't believe that we got the order close to 60 lakhs rupees. I was so happy and thrilled, and we have executed this order. What my limited point is over here, in science and technology, the scientists, they have very clear understanding, the clarity of thoughts when they interact with the other person. After talking, they could gaze, or seeing the entire scenario, they can totally a kind of taking a very conclusive decision. Look, this is what I want to do. This is the person, or this is the company, and this is the individual. Because their IQ level and their frequency, whatever, their knowledge and understanding are so clear and focused. If anybody has studied Dr. Swaminathan, his research work, probably people will understand it. Friends, what I was trying to talk about in India today, because again my video will be very extended, there are many issues that is coming into the picture. Today we are talking about, Dr. Swaminathan also talked about the MSP pricing, whatever problem we have been facing in India, the agriculture. My limited point over here, that the tipping point has come to sit and discuss in India, like 1969 Green Revolution, what it came, whether there is a possibility again to uplift, to boost the scientific community, researcher, everybody, to work for the country for another 5 years or 10 years, to develop new varieties, making outlets for germplasm, giving it to the farmers free of cost, because those are the mandate of the ICAR or DST, many places, or agriculture university, there are mandate. Whether this within the system, the framework we have, whether we can do the fine tuning, whether we can make the accountability fixing to a institute for a specific crops, because many crops are based on different regional demands and everything. The rice, if you talk about the Northeast, Assam Agriculture University, if you come to what you call Assam, the capital of Assam is Jorhat, is located in the Assam Agriculture University, and if you come to Bengal, and also there are Kalyani Agriculture University, they are working on those direction. And if you come to Bihar, those kind of things, there are many research institute, many regional research institute, UP, there are plenty pulses. Indian Institute of Pulses research. There are many, like in agriculture. When I talk about the agriculture, it is also coming out, the veterinary also coming into the picture. Goat farming, buffalo, all those things, taking the agricultural, because I personally believe that in India, 60 to 70% population is based on the agriculture. Now, if you are able to give boost to agriculture and proper water, irrigation, fertilizer, good varieties, making scientific community or universities accountable and give a 5 years plan for monitoring and execution, helping farmers, guidance, weather, soil fertility. There are many institutes. I cannot keep on telling all those things because I have to take a separate parameter or video to talk about each topic. People are working in that direction, that help can be given, because all agriculture research institute in ICAR and close to 100 research institute, CSIR 65 research institute, there are close to 300 agriculture research universities. All together, this entire spectrum can be given. There are a lot of field work can be given to the research student. The scientist can be involved with the issues related to local farmers. They are doing it. It is like you are doing something for academic exercise, but if you extend this idea of making things little applicable, like I have been working with BRC, their entire agricultural department, research department, that is NABDT, Nuclear Agriculture Biotechnology Department, the entire climate change or research department, this is developed by us, the controlling system where they are developing new varieties, new idea. First time, 50 years history that they could get a big system, and it took me 4 years time. How much pain you have taken, our team scientists, because BRC is a complex place to get inside BRC. There are so much paperwork, police verification, your identification. If you want to work for BRC, vigilance department comes to your house and asks your biodata, that who are you, whether I have my criminal background or after that criminal background I have or not. After submission report to ministry, and they have cleared that I am eligible to work after getting the order, it goes to that kind of process. Friends, what I was trying to tell over here, people might be undermining or many things they might be telling it. These are all facts I am putting in front of you. I have worked for JNU, Jawaharlal Nehru University, the intellectual hub of India that is located in JNU. I have worked with the topmost scientists in JNU who feels that they're doing good job. The entire IRI, Climate Change Division, is developed by. There are many research institutes. Down south, if you go TNU, entire Climate Change Division was developed by us. If you go to Assam Agriculture University, the entire Climate Change Division was developed by us. There are dozens of scientists from interdisciplinary, like microbiology, plant pathology, botany, anything like genetics, all they are coming and working. The new generation IIT I have not talked, the plenty, IIT Kharagpur, Delhi IIT working for some other idea and concept, International Research Institute, ICGB, separation system, new strain development in algal biology, working on light scattering technology. There are various scientific issues requires interdisciplinary understanding of the subject. Friends, I have talked close to 29 minutes. I don't like to extend this video further. I want to conclude by saying that my second video, I want to take how in India the green revolution can be done, so that all the problems, including the Land Reformation Act, which is taken in 1970-72, that we should have land reformation, because before 1947 we had the Jamindar system. Individual is having the thousands of acre lands. That is what, after that, very few states they have implemented, rest they have not implemented. When we talk about a society or a democracy where your land is the basic thing, where people are not access to those lands, they are working as a laborer or workers for them, then there is a problem. Now you need to understand fundamentally, theoretically, I have worked or understand the two Nobel laureates who are talking about, from India origin, two Nobel laureates who are talking about the poverty alleviation. Now the question is here, if you are not taking poverty alleviation into totality, if you are talking about the poor people giving things free of cost, it doesn't work this fundamentally. You have to think in totality. That is what I had challenged many times those Nobel laureates, that this is not the wisdom or knowledge in thinking to uplift the poor. You have to think in totality. Friends, my wish and desire to give my green revolution so that you can select crops, different crops from different belt. Starting from down south to Kashmir, you can have various crop selection. You can use the Agricultural Research Institute, which is already established. It is there. It is nothing. No money is required. Only thing, reorientation is required to carry out your job. That's all. Nothing else. You have to take the research student, take the scientific community, the technical officer, those imports, and there must be some accountability fixing, and there must be some reporting, some committee where consists of good minds, good brains, who really thinks to develop the country, and that should be taken into consideration, email reporting and all those things. Nothing extra is required, only reorientation is required. When there is a crisis, obviously every time there is a reorientation. In wartime also, reorientation, orienting. You are not bringing people from outside to do this job. Within the system, you have to organize. This is again the equilibrium concept. I always believe that the concept of equilibrium always help you to make things more clear. That's why any biological system, if somebody is understanding, they can understand better the society, the societal problem. Everything can be resolved, provided we wish to do it. Otherwise, nothing is going to happen. One should have the open mind. I referred Dr. Borlaug, the Nobel laureate in the scientific field, is getting Nobel Prize in the field of peace. Dr. M.S. Swaminathan. I had wished my desire, Dr. Swaminathan deserves Nobel Prize. He is more deserving candidate that anybody has got the Nobel Prize. It's a separate topic altogether. Now, friends, I want to conclude. This is 33 minutes now. I'll take a separate video where I am going to talk about the whole India, where you can take each state responsibility, fixing, accountability, your agricultural problem, if you are able to resolve it. If you are able to support 60-65% farmers family through agriculture, your work is done. Most of the surgery will be done. For that, you should have, doctor also should have open heart to do it. Now, who will build the cat? Okay, ideas are there. Many people are giving ideas. I am also giving ideas. But how to execute it? How to execute those ideas within the framework? Make things simplified rather than putting pressure, how one can do it. If I can carry 50 or 60 kg, if I am able to extend another 2 or 3 kg, not bothering my head, probably this country can take another 2-3 kg load each person to make more accountable and responsibility to execute. It is the wisdom and knowledge that can do it. Otherwise, it is not possible. One has to be very open and honest about the whole lot of things. I wish whoever is listening, I wish everybody should comment. Again, I am very illiterate person. I don't understand science at all every time I speak. My cats are over here. 2 cats are sleeping. If I pan my camera, you can see. Giving me a company 4 o'clock. They are sleeping. Their brother and sister, the whole night they play with me. You can see 2 kittens. There's another 4-5 kittens there. Mother Sita Maya is staying in the other room. So they come from outside and live here. So I personally feel that if India, Sita Maya, remember this name, Sita Maya, if India has to have a kind of a Ram Rajya, everybody is fine, then whatever I told the agricultural thing, that can change and it can bring miracle. That is what we have everything. Only organizing the thing, managing the thing, directing the thing is very important. Some motivation is required. Some guidance from the government, what you call it, kind of a rules, or what you call it is a kind of a mandate that has to be injected. That is very much required. So you can change the society scientifically, also changing mind little bit by giving little rational thoughts. So friends, thank you very much. Now it's 30 minutes. It's morning now. I could see there. It's a cloudy environment now. So it's again global warming. Many things are coming. Coronavirus and all those things are coming into the picture. What to do? Sit. Think something which is going to change the things. It's mind. Everybody should use their mind, knowledge, and exercise it. Thank you, everybody. I thank my kittens. Every time they support me, they sit and backside play with me. Backside Buddha is there. I get a lot of energy. Energy I get from my family members. They have given me full freedom to do it. So those kind of freedoms are not everybody is getting. I am blessed that I am getting it. I am exercise it and I could express to everybody those things. I do not have anything to take away or leave away. Nothing like that. If nobody is liking it, please defriend me, unfriend me, whatever you say it. So no problem at the end of the day. What is the problem? No problem. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Take care.